up, everyone, and welcome to issue 20 of Geek Pop Podcast. I am your host, Toby, and with me, as always, is Josh.
Wow, dude, you said both of our names this time. You went
I
from
thought
not
about
saying
it
any
so
name.
fucking hard.
You were whispering it to yourself before we started. I don't want to spoil your secrets, but you were psyching yourself up for that intro.
Well, Josh, episode 20. This is a goddamn special occasion. I should finally say who I am.
Let the people know, Toby. That's been our cliffhanger for so many episodes.
Josh always says Toby, but the other voice never says his name. I don't know if they're actually talking to each other or not, or is there a third party that we don't know about?
You're just the cigarette-smoking man as far as episodes 1 through 18 are concerned.
That's a reference many people won't get.
It's a man who just smoked cigarettes and didn't have a name.
Until the end.
What was his name in the end? I don't know his name.
Mulder's dad.
Oh, really?
99% sure.
That's dumb.
No, I'm sure he actually had a name, but I'm pretty sure it was Mulder's dad too. And that was the only thing I was really going for there.
Mulder's dad, T-O-O, was his name. It's
Dumb and Dumber T.O.
It's like when someone opens like a second liquor store in town and they just name it T-O-O.
That's awesome. I wish someone would. Josh, speaking of opening liquor stores.
Yeah, and closing them down, you know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about...
up.
Turn down for what? Josh, I want to talk about your audio rig at work.
All right. I thought you were surprisingly quiet about this today.
Trust me, I almost went real hard about it, but I was like, I can't waste this right now. This is way too fucking good.
Okay, go on.
I just want you to explain to the listening audience what you've slowly taken into work to listen to music.
Okay. Well, first let me explain what's on my desk right now without any commentary, and then I'll explain how it all happened. Currently sitting on my desk, Toby, is a stereo receiver, a big one, like 19 pounds, big, huge stereo receiver, a digital to analog converter, which is an iPod dock with an iPad sitting on top of it, and new today, a turntable with an assortment of vinyl records. All of this sitting on my desk at work. So what?
Real quick, well, I'm pretty sure like most people might have receivers. If you don't know what they actually look like, I mean, obviously you can Google it, but think about like a PlayStation 3 sized box, but it's just like a big rectangle and not smooth looking, and that's pretty much the size of a normal receiver.
And honestly, to be perfectly honest, it's about 2 PlayStation 3s stacked on top of each other. Like it's
okay, so it's that big.
It is. It is probably like a good 8 inches tall and maybe 1.5 feet wide. Like it is. It's substantial.
It's about the size of like a tower. You know what? It's about the size of a tower PC.
It is
like a normal slim line, like not a slim line or like an ATX one or anything. Like a normal desktop PC.
That is an almost exact estimation of the size. So here's what happened. Here's how we got to this point. So I got that really nice digital to analog converter given to me this past weekend, which was awesome. So I wanted to try it out, and I didn't have like a lot of like audio file stuff or anything like that. I wanted to play with it, and I listened to music at work all day long. So the only thing I had to, so this thing has to get run through an amplifier of some sort. And the only thing I had to do that was this like stereo receiver that I had laying around that I wasn't actually using at home. So I figured, screw it, I'll take it into work, use it for a few days, it'll be fine. So I did the iPod dock analog converter, and I did the stereo receiver. Those were my contributions, which was ridiculous enough. But then in seeing my ridiculous setup, one of my coworkers decided to make it even more ridiculous today, and he brought me a turntable and records to listen to. So all day long, we were spinning vinyl.
I really just want to know what kind of place you work at where any of this is considered acceptable.
Well, I mean, that's the cool thing, is like, it's probably not. We're far enough out in the periphery that no one bothers to come check up on us.
Aren't you afraid of someone stealing it, like a janitorial staff thing, or like...
Nah, I mean, I've left stuff out on the desk. Like, I have headphones, I leave them on the desk every single night, and it's fine. Like, for 2 years now, it's been okay.
But headphones and a receiver or like a record player or a turntable, completely different things.
Much easier to pocket headphones, though, than a 19-pound stereo receiver.
Yeah, I guess so. But, I mean, you showed me the picture of your desk.
Yeah.
That's pretty much when I shut up, because it's the most goddamn ridiculous thing I've ever
It
seen.
is. That's why I showed you the picture, because it's so crazy.
There's a lot of people that would say, like, separation of work and home life and would never want to make their working environment like being at home. You are a half step away from, like, sitting there in boxers watching wrestling, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, no. So, yep.
I don't have a defense to that, really. I'm just going to say yes.
I mean, I already showed up to work and, like, kicked my shoes off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's my little temple. I gotta make it my own. My boss went... So, before the turntable was even in play, when it was just the receiver and the iPod dock, my boss, like, walked around, saw it, and he was like, what the hell, man?
That's probably what I would say to you, too.
That's literally word for word what he said. And then he told me that if it got stolen, it wasn't their fault. And I said, I know.
I'm surprised they make you sign a waiver. Or, like, send you an email like, Josh, this is just a reminder that if any of your fucking $1,000 surround sound 7.1 system at work gets confiscated, you are responsible for it.
To be fair, that receiver is pretty old at this point and is not worth that much. Like, it's a Best Buy brand receiver. Like, it's
still probably worth like $50 at a pawn shop, though.
Yeah, I think that's like the maximum. It's worth about $50 at a pawn shop.
Are there more steps that you have coming up for this? Is there anything else you feel like you need to bring into work?
We've already discussed the next step, which is studio monitors. So, I mean, that'll probably happen at some point, and then that's when we get in trouble. Like, that's when the hammer comes down.
At this point, I really just want you to push it as hard as you can.
I think that's the plan. Like, I think that's where we're going. I feel like that's the road we're on. And I don't know if that's the road I even want to be on, but that's what's happening right now is we're going to see where this train derails.
Well, I mean, like with the monitor, like the studio monitors, you can use it as a footrest. So you might be all like pull off like, oh, it's one of those ergonomically correct footrests where if I put my feet along the curve of the grill here and the base goes through the soles of my feet, it's actually tension relieving.
I can only imagine that if we do it, they'll be on independent stands on the corner of my desk. Like, we'll get speaker stands too. I'm sure it'll be stupid. I'm sure it'll be really dumb.
Oh, it's already stupid and dumb.
Oh, that's true. It is. We were all taking pictures today, though, to send to everyone.
Oh my god. If there's ever any sort of blowback, I want to know about it too. I just want to hear, like, I was pulled into HR's office and they said I was causing a disturbance in the workforce or something. Or...
That's the thing. I mean, it's all headphone based at this point, so it's not a disturbance. Like,
not yet.
Not yet. Toby, I will be completely honest. If HR knew it existed, it would be a problem. Like, I would get a talking to about it. It's just that, like I said, I'm out of the way enough. It's all good.
Does your turntable play the music still, even though you can't really hear it without speakers?
I mean, very, very faintly. Like, that's any turntable you can hear a little bit of.
Like, that's what I was asking.
Needle
Like,
noise.
I wonder if someone could actually bust you and be like, this is a disturbance. I hear music for no reason, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, maybe, but once you close the lid, I couldn't really hear anything on it.
Okay, so that matters.
Yeah.
Josh, this week is going to be an action-packed news week and other ridiculous type stories episode of the podcast.
I'm glad you saved all this for 20.
You have to, Josh.
Yeah.
We have to go big. It's like an anniversary.
This is an anniversary episode. A very special episode of Geek Pop this week.
Pretty much, everyone's pretty special, but you know.
You're pretty special, buddy.
Thanks.
No problem.
Josh, have you ever wondered what it's like to be eaten alive?
Every day.
Paul Rosalie is donning a custom-made snake-proof suit, and he's going to be swallowed alive by an anaconda.
A custom-made snake-proof suit.
To be swallowed by an anaconda to see what it's like to be inside the stomach of a snake.
I bet it's wet and dark. I mean...
I bet you there's, like, lots of stomach acid and there are bad things in there. Like, you're going to run, like, face-to-face into, like, a goat that's been in there for, like, weeks.
Well, is he eating him head first?
I mean, does it matter?
Well, I'm picturing this in my head of him going, like, halfway in, like, about waist deep in an anaconda. That's the name of my new hardcore band, Waist Deep in an Anaconda. But, I mean, you can't go all the way. How's he going to breathe?
He has his suit crafted. It looks like a fucking, like, diving suit almost. but snake proof. And of course, like the like PETA type groups
are mad.
They're cracking down.
Yeah.
PetSnakes.com is not very happy that the snake's going to have to regurgitate its food. And Paw Nation also says that the snake's not receiving nutrients from its food, but the regurgitation process also robs the snake of essential digestive acids from its stomach.
Here's the thing. I don't give a crap about snakes or their rights, Toby. If there's one thing in this world that doesn't deserve rights, it's snakes.
I hate them. I'm terrified of them.
Yeah. They can all rot in hell as far as I'm concerned. So if this stupid poor snake has to spit its food back up because it was too dumb to swallow a human in the first place, well, that's on him.
I kind of hope the guy dies. Like, this comes on TV on December 7th, but they're not doing it live. It's pre-taped.
Oh, because they think he's going to die.
What?
Well, I mean, that's why you tape something like this, because it's going to go horribly wrong, and someone suspects it to.
I hope so. I really, really, like, I don't want either thing to get hurt, to be honest with you. If we're being, like, completely honest, grown-up conversation here, I don't want the guy to get hurt either, but I would never put myself inside the stomach of any animal.
I mean,
like,
most people
bulletproof suit, armor.
Like, most people wouldn't want to go inside something.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want to happen. I don't want the guy to die. Like, that'd probably be pretty funny because he got swallowed by a snake and he kind of had that coming. I want him to get swallowed, the snake not want to regurgitate him, and I want them to have to cut the snake open like a tauntaun.
That's fucked up.
That's what I want.
But I don't know if they'd be able to.
I want an anaconda sleeping bag.
Because how far would you have to put the knife in to the anaconda to get the guy out? And then even then, like, what if you stab the guy? That'd be the best. You know what? I want him to get stuck, not spit back up. I want him to try to stab his way out, like, for like the team that's there with him.
Yeah.
But I want them to stab him instead.
Well, yeah. What if it turns into like an anaconda / human tauntaun sleeping bag where it's just we just gut them both on accident, just all the way.
That's fine.
What about this? What if he brings a knife with him and he cuts his way out of the snake like he's Frank Reynolds in Always Sunny coming out of a couch, just like just naked and slimy, and he just spawns from the middle of the snake.
Did you ever see the movie Anaconda?
Oh, of course, I've seen the movie Anaconda.
I hope that for some reason the anaconda eats him and just runs into like a 90-foot deep lake. So that even if, like, the dive team goes after him, they can't get to him, and he just fucking drowns or something. I don't know why I'm wishing so much harm on this guy.
Yeah.
Especially since I don't like snakes. But we're going big on this.
Well, you don't like snakes, and he wants to know about more snakes. He's putting himself in snake harm, where, I mean, he deserves it. He has it coming. The only reason you're ever going to watch this or care about this is because you kind of really want him to get hurt, like, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
There's no other reason.
That's why I'm a little offended it's not live. Because if they did it live, that leaves, like, a lot more leeway for something bad to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
But if it's pre-taped, like, he's probably coming out.
Probably. Well, he's either coming out or you'll never hear about it again because then he's dead. I think it's way more tragic, though, if he survives and the snake dies, and then it was a stupid thing where he just wanted to see what it was like to be inside of a snake, and he murdered an anaconda because of it.
That's actually what's probably... I would almost guarantee it's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, honestly, like, I don't give a crap about snakes. I'm on the record saying that snakes all can go die. But it's kind of messed up to, like, force an animal to swallow something and just make it throw back up again. Just for fun. Just for literal funsies.
I mean, if you want to have this kind of fun yourself, like, go take a shot of Ipecac and just see what happens. And that's pretty much what they're doing to the snake.
Yeah, they really, really are, yeah. I want to know what it's like to be inside that guy's stomach. So I think I should get in a human-proof suit and make him swallow me.
I want a baby to go in a human-proof suit.
Yep.
And just jam the fucking baby down this guy's throat.
Great, perfect. We've done it. TV gold.
That's my sales pitch for 2015.
What do you think constitutes a snake-proof suit?
It just looks like a wetsuit. I don't know what the fuck it's made out of.
So they just took a wetsuit and they're gussying it up and calling it snake-proof.
That's my takeaway. There might be more. I'm sure there'll be more details as we get closer to the time, and it's on TV. But
do anacondas bite their prey, or is it just a swallow?
They're constrictors.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. So first of all, he's probably gonna fucking crush the asshole, which is actually what I'm hoping for the most. And then he's just gonna fucking swallow him because they crushed him.
But again, I don't want him to kill the guy. I just want him to, like, break his legs, like, or like a rib or something. Like, I want him to be in pain while he gets swallowed. Like, I want him to regret it as I see his eyes go in the snake. Like.
Okay, so like I'm sure a little snake can probably crush pretty hard.
Probably.
A snake big enough for a guy to go into has to be like 40, 50 feet.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a fucking tree trunk in circumference.
Wow, good word.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So if that's fucking squeezing on a guy, he has like 2 seconds. Like it's just gonna squeeze, like feel the wet pop, and then be good to go.
Wet pop. It is. It's gonna be like if you take a candy bar and squeeze it and break the candy bar, but the wrapper doesn't break. That's what his freaking snake-proof suit is gonna be. It's gonna be the wrapper that all of his like human jelly just sloshes around in.
There's gonna be all sorts of like cherry goo deliciousness just flopping around in there.
It's gonna be like when you bite into a donut and all the stuff oozes out. That stuff is the human that used to be one piece.
Josh, since we were talking about food, I have 2 action-packed food stories for you.
Great. How many of them involve the Wawa?
0. But actually, I have 3 action-packed food stories for you.
Great. So one of them involves the Wawa.
No, number 1. The great Wawa competitor around here is called Sheetz.
Yep, I've heard of Sheetz.
All right. So there's one by my house. And I tried to go there for dinner the other night, and it was shut down. And it was shut down because it was robbed, like, half an hour before.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Wait.
I need money, motherfucker.
I was gonna say,
money.
are we suddenly, coming into a bunch of cash from a source that we're not really going to expose?
Yeah. So I get there, and I get out of the car, and the cops are like, the store's closed. And I was like, what? And I kept walking towards the cops.
What cop?
The cops like, the store's closed. And I was like, oh, sorry. So I stood down, Josh. I stood down.
Good.
But the crime scene investigation unit was there, and I've never been so excited.
The CSI. Now,
Yeah,
I believe
CSI was there. CSI, like Bethlehem.
CSI
they were there
was
going.
there. CSI turned into like a G.I. Joe theme song. Joey, I believe it's on the record. I believe we've talked about this. Your irrational love of crime scene investigating.
Josh, after I graduated college and was still in retail and started watching CSI, I regretted not going to college to be a CSI. Like, not even fucking around with you. I regret that choice in my life.
Here's my problem with CSI. It's that the organization and a person in the organization are called the same thing. I'm a CSI in CSI. That doesn't make any sense.
But you could be a level 2 or level 3. Josh, when CSI Las Vegas started, there was a race to become a level 3 CSI.
I hope that's all made up for TV. I hope
it's not. It's your role-playing dreams. You could level up your CSI skills. Josh, if you could be like a fucking like level 17 programmer, you would come yourself.
I would come myself. You're right. I would rather be like a level 4 laser lotus. Like I would want to sound more flowery than just like level 3. How about like Zeta Omega programmer?
Josh, with the way you're fucking going at it at work, you're gonna be like, you're half step away from that too.
I mean, yeah, I'm just leaning into being weird and eccentric. Because Toby, if people think you're weird and eccentric, they instantly think you're smarter than you actually are. It's true. It's proven fact. Look it up.
And no one ever talks to you because they're afraid of you. Hey, there's that creepy Josh again. Yeah, he has fucking like 5 turntables in his office. He does remixes during the day.
I did. So back to that real quick because I forgot this one key point. We did talk about what the end game of this was, and we decided it was a full recording studio at my desk. Then I decided that I would only accept questions in the form of auto-tune. So if someone wanted to talk to me, they had to come up, record their voice, and then play it back in auto-tune. So anyway.
You've gone too far.
I think so. I'm drunk with power.
But so the best part of the Sheetz debacle that I kept trying to look into that night and finally found the information the next morning. The robber wrote a note that couldn't be read by the cashier. Apparently there was some sort of confusion of what the guy was trying to do there, and that just seems like the best thing to me.
Like his handwriting was just so bad.
Yeah, like if I was gonna rob someplace, legit now, this is like Toby's plan for stealing shit.
Great. I
would type the note up because then they're surely able to read it, and there's no proof of my handwriting.
Yeah, that's like your number one mistake is you are leaving some identifying piece of yourself behind the crime scene.
But from watching so much CSI, Josh, printers print serial numbers on the paper. So using my CSI skills, even if you typed it up and printed it out, I could find that serial number in the dots.
Okay, I don't think that's true, Mr. CSI. I don't believe
Bullshit!
that's the case.
Bullshit. You look it up.
All right. Fine, I will. Listen, I don't know enough to dispute this, but it just sounds wrong.
Good. But yeah, so basically, Sheetz was robbed, which I feel bad for. CSIs were there taking photos of cars and stuff, and I was really excited when I drove away.
Did the CSI investigating, and I realized I just said crime scene investigating, did it seem as glamorous as you had pictured in your head?
Yeah, because they're just fucking standing outside in 60-degree weather taking pictures of a car.
I
could do that.
Was there one guy who was like the boss, but kind of like enigmatic, and then there was like a cute girl, and then like a black guy, because everyone has a black guy?
No, it was actually all guys, which was disappointing.
Oh, so the good CSI dynamic was not at play?
Yeah, but I mean, like, CSI Las Vegas is usually about the night shift, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Like, that team is nights.
Oh, so there's a whole other CSI team that's like better than them because they get to work the day?
No, day shift's the best. Or wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, night shift's the best is what I meant.
No, Toby,
I'd want to work the night shift. That's where the girls are at.
I mean, you're making everything up now. Toby,
I'm trying to bend this dream to fit my whims perfectly. Is basically what I'm saying.
I guess the more crime happens at night, so you might put the better team at night. That should have been the point you made to me, but you didn't. So now it's my point.
Because you started yelling at me right away. I got all flustered.
That's how the show works, Toby. Where have you been for the past 20 episodes? I start yelling at you the second I have a foothold. All right. Do you think the CSI team that you saw could use a plucky bald guy?
Of course, Josh. Any team ever could use a plucky bald guy.
Great, perfect. You're in.
That's gonna be on my resume.
Plucky bald guy.
Witty bald guy. Listen, I've watched 14 seasons of CSI multiple times. I know more than you do.
This lone wolf was looking for a pack.
I'll start at nights. It seems better, to be honest with you guys.
It seems like a lot of crimes happen at night, and they made a TV show about it once, so really hoping to get in on that.
Josh, speaking of getting in on things,
Yep.
Have you heard of one James David Manning?
JDM?
JDM.
I haven't.
He's the pastor of Atla World Missionary Church in Harlem.
No. Okay.
Are you familiar with it?
I have not. Not at all.
You need to know that last week, so it might have been like 2 weeks ago, depending on when this was originally from, he said that Starbucks is ground zero for Ebola, which is being spread by upscale sodomites.
Upscale sodomites? And he thinks that upscale sodomites run Starbucks?
Citing a satirical news report, which he appeared to take seriously, Manning said, quote, Starbucks is a place where these types frequent and a lot of body fluids are exchanged. The thing I was not aware of is that what Starbucks was doing is that they were taking specimens of male semen and they were putting it in the blends of their lattes. It's the absolute truth. They're using male semen and putting it into the blends of coffee they sell. My suspicion is they're getting their semen from sodomites. Semen flavors up the coffee and makes you think you're having a good time.
I mean, to be fair, it probably does. Like, we don't know.
That's why I don't get anything in my coffee.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get those lattes like you do.
But what he's saying...
I came at you hard for being a yuppie, drinking those goddamn semen lattes, and now I have proof.
First of all, I don't drink any lattes whatsoever. I'm purely an iced coffee gentleman. But... iced coffee or regular coffee?
You drink mocha cappuccinos.
I drink a frappuccino on occasion. So frappuccino.
You know what's frapped with? Josh, you know what frapping means?
Fappuccino.
Yeah, you do, bud.
Fappuccino.
Yeah,
yep.
Fappuccino.
That's the joke. That's the joke we're going for. Fappuccino. Pack
They're
it in,
delicious.
everybody. Here's the thing.
Shut it down.
we got to Fappuccino. We've done it. Episode 20, Fappuccino. The Starbucks Fappuccino. Dummy, here's the thing. That guy's version of Starbucks sounds way more interesting than my version of Starbucks. Like, you just show up and it's just like dudes coming all over the place and like handing it across the counter and it's going in coffee. Like, I don't want to drink there, but it sure as shit sounds interesting.
It does. It really does.
I bet there are like disco balls at that Starbucks. Lots of leather.
I don't know what Starbucks he's basing it off of. Like, I wonder if he went to one specifically and just saw something weird happening there and is just scarred for life from it, or if it's just like, I read this article. This sounds about right. Yeah, I'll run with this.
Clearly, he's never
Guys,
been to a
I want you to know.
He saw that logo and like mistook it for gay sex somehow. I don't know. It's like a lady and she's like holding stuff, but it's probably dicks. I don't know.
But like, and not even that. It's a lady with her boobs out.
It is a lady with her boobs out. There's nothing less about male semen than the Starbucks logo.
I mean, it's a female sea woman. If we're gonna go down that route, but even that's a fucking stretch.
Sea men, sea woman. That's where you're going. Okay. I'm on board. I just had to recalibrate for a second. I'm sorry. Would you, Toby, I have considered before, have you heard of civet coffee or civet coffee?
I would eat it.
I would too.
Or drink it.
I would too.
I'd drink it.
So, for those of you that don't know, there's a special, like, animal, like a monkey sort of thing called is it a civet or civet? I don't know.
Civet.
A civet.
It's a civet.
Okay, there's an animal called a civet. And this is coffee that they feed to these animals. The animals poop it out, then they collect it and sell it as coffee, and it's super expensive.
They eat the coffee beans.
They eat the coffee beans. They don't process it, so it goes straight through them. And then they collect it from their shit and sell it to people like us and charge a lot of money for it.
It's like I think it's like $80 a pound.
Yeah.
Like usually you get a pound of coffee, like unground beans for like $8 if you go to the grocery store.
Yep.
This is 80 or something ridiculous along those lines.
So if it wasn't like insanely expensive or whatever, like I would totally do it just to try it. There's not.
Well, I mean, they still have to they still roast the beans probably. They still cook off the shit.
Exactly. So that's only like a hop, skip, and a jump away from like straight up semen in my coffee. What I'm saying is I might drink it.
You know what's free though, Josh? You can put your own semen in your own coffee for free.
Well, I guess that comes down to the question is like, is it an additive after the coffee is done, or is it a part of the brewing process? That's important.
I'm gonna say it's after.
Okay, so
like,
it's like instead of the like frosty topping on the frappe, it's like a frosty topping on my frappes.
It's whipped cream.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, listen, I don't want a semen mustache when I'm done drinking my Fappuccino.
Oh, it'd be fucking amazing. Josh, speaking of Frappuccinos.
Yeah, great.
There is some manager at Chick-fil-A cracked down on his work staff and made a list of words they could not use at Chick-fil-A anymore in this one location.
Okay.
He typed out this note, and it has about 20 bullet points that we're going to go through all of them, and we're going to see how much it fills into your vocabulary.
Okay, great.
It says, you will speak properly when you walk through these doors.
Dang.
These words are banned. He wrote,
Okay,
Number one, bay.
Bay?
Like baby?
Okay. Bay caught me slipping.
Yeah, bay caught me slipping. Someone crossed it out. The manager wrote in parentheses next to it, scratch it out again, and you will lose your employee meals, Eric.
Lose your employee meal. I like how he knows that he's so hard to find employees, he's not going to fire them. He's just going to take away their food.
I mean, sometimes you have to.
No one else wants that job, so they're safe. They just lose privileges like a prison.
I mean, you might as well. If they're going to be getting things for free, you're going to have them crack down, and you're having fucking behave.
It's 2 weeks in the Chick-fil-A shoe for you, Eric.
Josh, I want you to know for the longest time, I didn't realize it was Chick-fil-A. I thought it was Chick-fil-A. And, like, legitimately. Like, the first year or two we had Chick-fil-A's in my area, I had no idea what the fuck it stood for, and I was really fucking distressed by that name.
Chick-fil-A.
Because that's what it looks like. Why did I think it was Chick-fil-A?
I don't know. I guess I probably just heard it said out loud before I saw the name, maybe.
Yeah, and their food sucks, too. That's a side note.
Oh, the food's really good, man.
Fuck you,
Everything
piece
about
of
them
shit.
sucks, but their food's really good.
Yeah, whatever. Josh, and that next one, bruh.
You can't say, like, big bra. Like, hey, bra.
Bruh.
Hey, bra.
No, that's you sound like a surfer.
Are you coming in for some Chick-fil-A, bra?
No, you keep saying bra, though. It's bruh.
Bruh.
Yo, bruh. Like that.
Bruh. Hey, bruh. I can't.
Josh, these are anti-black people words, basically.
Okay, you know what? Chick-fil-A probably doesn't like black people, I would imagine.
They don't like gays either.
Gays and black people. Anyone different from us.
The next one, on fleek.
Wait, this is something that I should incorporate into my vocabulary. What does that mean? On fleek? Spell it, first of all. You're literally looking at a list with it written out. Why is there hesitation?
I'm trying to find what it means, too. Fleek. F-L-E-E-K.
So fleek?
This is from a famous Viner, Joshua. This is where it comes from. A famous Viner.
Is that what we call people that make vines? Viners?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. This lady uploaded a video in which she speaks to the camera while sitting in a car and announces that her eyebrows are on fleek.
On fleek. What do you think she was actually trying to say?
According to 2009 Urban Dictionary, it's a synonym for awesome.
On fleek. Okay. All right. I'm not on board. Not on board with that.
I'm not either. But that's banned.
Good.
Nothing's on fleek. He has 0-100, and then in parentheses, every number in between is acceptable. So you can't say the number is 0 or 100.
What?
I have no idea. There's no fucking, like, reasoning behind a lot of these
Freaking
things.
autistic Chick-fil-A owner.
300.
100.
No, 300 is another one.
Oh, 300?
3 Hunnid.
It seems like he could have lumped that and the numbers in together.
You could have. Guh. You can't say guh.
Guh. Like, what is that? Is that like when he's like, "Hey, why don't you go clean those tables, Billy?" And Billy goes, "Guh." Like, is that?
Chill. Unless we were talking about something that is chill.
Oh, Jesus.
Cuz. This goes for cousin and because. Say the actual word. Ebola. Stop accusing people of having Ebola. I'm guilty of that one at my last job. So you know what? I guess that goes for anybody. Don't say people have Ebola.
Bay caught you slipping.
Don't say fool, Josh.
Fool?
Fool.
Listen, fool. I'm just trying to get money.
Josh, don't say about a week ago. Unless we're talking about what happened a week ago. But there will be no singing or dancing to go along with that phrase.
Oh, because it's in that Childish Gambino song.
Is it really?
Yeah, I bet that's why.
All right. You can't say anything with or nah.
Oh, nah. You looking for this Chick-fil-A or nah?
Yo, you want a side or nah?
Can I get you some waffle fries or nah?
Josh, you can't say Felicia because there is nobody here named Felicia.
What the fuck?
You can't say boy/girl bye.
Girl bye. That's a WWE thing.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Did it not start there? Because that's the first I heard it. Was that one chick in the WWE?
I first heard it from an ex that was younger, and she told me if I ever say bye boy to you, she means that you're in deep shit.
Well, did you break up with her instantly? Because she sounds real dumb.
Shh. The answer is no. Josh, you know which one I'm talking about.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I did, but okay. You should have known. All right, go on.
You can't say salty, which makes sense, because when people say you're getting salty, it just pisses me off more.
Oh, that's one of my favorite terms that's come up over the past, 4 or 5 years is calling people salty, because it does. If someone is actually salty and you say, "Man, why are you getting salty?" they get way saltier.
If I was even half mad and someone said stop being so fucking salty, I would snap. I
know, and I love doing it to you. It's great.
You can't say ratchet.
That's so ratchet. This Chick-fil-A chicken is so ratchet.
But that's not even what it means. You can't use it like that.
Well, it means ghetto, right?
No.
What does ratchet mean then?
Like a ratchet hoe?
Yeah, it's like a ghetto-y trashy girl,
okay.
right?
No, okay. So what do you do with a ratchet?
You re-ratchet it? You crank it? You turn?
Okay, so when you have a ratchet set, you usually put ratchet on the end of it. I don't know what the fucking bolts.
Do you screw nuts? Is that what you do?
No, you use ratchets to get nuts off.
Oh, get nuts
so
off.
So a ratchet hoe is one you just fuck because she's a dirty girl.
Oh.
That's what that means. But saying my sandwich is ratchet, that's not gonna work.
Well, maybe you're putting your dick in it. I don't know.
You can't say childish. So I'm gonna assume that your about a week ago line refers to Beano.
It has to, yeah.
You can't say turn up, so I'm gonna also assume you can't say turn down.
Well, maybe that's the loophole. You go into work and you got to turn down because you can't turn back up.
You can't say barely. It says say it without the weird voice.
I love how he just has every single thing he hears at work. He just wrote down.
I mean, this is it's a pretty racist list.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we're being realistic here.
Well, sure.
You're not allowed to say I'm legally blind because he put in parentheses, no, you are not. You can't say POP, hold it down.
POP, pop?
Well, it's not to say, it says P.O.P. So I don't know if it's pop, hold it down, or POP, hold it down, or something along those lines. It's probably some rap thing I don't get.
Maybe he was trying to go for OPP, like other people's pussy, and he messed up.
Apparently, it's another Vine thing.
All right, tell me about it.
Tell
me about the Viner, Toby.
There's... I don't know.
Well, this
I guess
this horrible
some
dead
guy,
airs.
because even trying to read it right now, it doesn't make sense to me.
Great.
They interviewed somebody, and he was like some gangster kid. He was like, "Pop, hold it down," or something like that.
Well,
so there's remixes of his song, much like the Bedroom Intruder.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I guess that refers to that.
So far, 0 for 2 on the Vine shit, by the way.
Yeah, and the last one is Fam. You can't say Fam.
Again,
Another Gambino
I don't
thing.
know if it's related, but yes, also another Gambino thing.
But I think what it comes down to is...
Don't be a black teenager and work here.
Don't be a black teenager or stay the fuck off of Vine. Because Vine apparently is dumbing down the world.
Well, yeah, I mean...
I thought YouTube was bad and then Tumblr was bad. Apparently Vine is worse.
I think there was a point where Vine was okay, and that was before everyone got on it. And now it's just everyone calling everyone else thirsty. That's
famous Viners now.
Yeah.
Like, there's Viners that have fucking, like... You could be on a TV show because you're famous on Vine.
What a world. We live in the world of idiocracy right now. Like, that like, doomsday scenario that movie painted of, like, hit you in the balls television, that's real. That's happening now. We're in it.
Josh, do you like movies?
I love them with all my heart, Toby.
Do you like Adam Sandler movies?
No, not even a little bit. It depends on which ones. Anything he's done within the last probably 10 years, no.
Well, I have news for you.
Great.
New Adam Sandler movie coming out.
Can't wait.
Called The Cobbler. What do you think it's about?
He makes shoes.
That's right, Josh, he does. In the film, he plays Max Simkin, a fourth-generation cobbler in New York City.
God.
Guess what the movie's about, though?
It's about, I bet he's gay or something.
All right.
And he really wants to actually be a hairdresser.
Josh, one day, Max is charged with repairing the shoes of a local gangster called Ludlow, played by Method Man, of course.
Of course.
When his regular stitching machine breaks, Max goes into the basement and discovers a magical contraption that allows him to temporarily transform into the owner of any shoes he repairs it with, so long as those shoes are size 10.5.
So he's making click, but for shoes?
Yeah. A series of adventures ensue as Max takes the metaphor of walking a mile in someone else's shoes a little too literally, living life not only as Ludlow, but as the owners of a variety of shoes in his care and eventually being embroiled in a crime plot. All the while, though, he's being watched by his increasingly confused next-door neighbor played by Steve Buscemi.
At what point in his career do you think Adam Sandler suffered a traumatic head injury and forgot how to be funny? Because it happened at some point.
About 10 years ago at this point, I think.
like, just, at what point, he played in a movie called Jack and Jill where he was two people. He went full Eddie Murphy, and you never go full Eddie Murphy.
Oh, for sure.
What? Just Adam Sandler. Come on, man.
Josh, if you were hoping that The Cobbler would be a step up from his broad comedy fare, you might want to start tempering your expectations now. As a response from critics upon the film's premiere at the 2014 Toronto International Film Festival was less than enthused. Reviewers characterize the film as a misfire with elements of transphobia and racism.
Nice. You know what? It's always good to sprinkle in a little racism in your humor.
It's possible to discern some of that even in this trailer, as Sandler's cobbler uses his newfound abilities to infiltrate the home of the girl he's lusting after by disguising himself as her boyfriend, subsequently creeping on her as she gets naked in the shower. Fortunately, his inability to take off the shoes prevents him from getting in with her.
Oh, well, good. He can't molest this poor girl. Fantastic. I'm glad
there's a limit. I'm glad those shoes can't be taken off.
I'm glad Adam Sandler knows the line still.
This sounds like one of the creepiest fucking movies ever.
It sounds like a weird reverse Porky's. I guess it wouldn't be reverse. It would be a regular Porky. It sounds like a bad... Yeah, it sounds terrible. If you still have expectations, by the way, about Adam Sandler movies, you're worse than, like, a Sonic the Hedgehog fan at this point.
Dun 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 dun.
Guys, it's still gonna be good.
Sonic Boom.
No, Sega's totally saying this is like a revert back to form. It's gonna be just like Sonic 2. Guys, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be on the Xbox. And it's gonna be in 3D.
Is it called?
It's just called Sonic the Hedgehog, so you know it's gonna be great.
Oh, Sonic 06.
Yeah. This one, he has a remote control and he can like control time with it. It's gonna be crazy.
You know what you think of when you think Sonic? You think fucking women. Because that's what he does. But it's not Amy. Oh, no. It's not Cream the Rabbit, where the fuck the rabbit's name is, and their Cream's one of them. It's the goddamn human being. We have bestiality in our video game now, everybody.
To be fair, that was probably the most successful part of that video game, was when he fucked the human woman. Because that spawned millions of fan fictions. So at least something good came of that.
Rule 37 or something like that.
I think it's 34, but Sonic...
Well, no, because Rule 34 is you can find anything fucking anything.
Yes.
37 is like everything's animals or something, or animals are human, or humans are animals, or some other fucking weird rule. I don't know. Josh, there's a lot of internet rules.
I never played that game, Toby. Did he actually fuck the human girl?
I know he kissed her, at least.
Did he really kiss her?
Yeah. That's close enough. If there's anything I learned about making babies, like, he kissed her, so they probably have a little baby hedgehog.
There's probably at least hand stuff.
Yeah, maybe mouse.
Do you think Sonic has a dick?
I've never seen it.
I mean, he's naked, right? Like, you see
his fur and his spikes.
Yeah, you see all his business going on.
And there's no business there.
He has no business. So is Sonic a girl?
Maybe.
Whoa.
Do girls love chili dogs?
I've known a few girls that like some chili dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Chili dogs are delicious.
Chili dogs are delicious. You can't fault a girl for liking a chili dog.
I never would, Josh.
Why would you?
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
Josh, for episode 20, I'm going to introduce a new game/segment that will probably only last a week or two, but I'm really hoping this one we can keep up with this.
I hope, like all of our other games and segments, it changes names every week. So just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind and tell me.
I want you to help me break down the pop lyrics of the world.
Great. I'm so excited about this already.
So, I have 2 songs tonight. One, I only have a line I really want to know, that we're going to try to dissect a little bit.
Okay.
And then I have almost a full song.
Wow.
That you need to help me with.
All right. You've brought a clip, I hear. Go on.
I got it?
Yep.
Josh, the song Shake It Off by one T-Swizzle. Josh, right before the big breakdown, where she kind of raps, which is always the key point of any Taylor Swift song.
That's what I'm looking for.
The weird talking part.
That's what I'm coming
for. Because
for.
all of her songs have that now as the breakdown.
I'm getting, like, I can feel myself getting angry just talking about Taylor Swift here. That's weird, right? It's weird that I have that strong of a reaction.
Josh, there's a line. Just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
All right, I feel like the prepositions here are very important. You could have been getting down into this sick beat?
No, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
Down to the sick beat. She wants the guy to blow her, right?
This is taking a turn for the worst, apparently.
Right? I mean, come on. Getting down. Come on.
We could begin this whole song is apparently a super sexual innuendo. So maybe, you know what? Maybe it was. She might mean, like, you could be fucking to the song instead of being sad about being cheated on.
I thought the song was about, like, after you pee, you shake it off, and then you can only do it
That's
twice.
the Good Charlotte song.
Oh, that's right. Okay. My bad.
From years ago.
That's right. 3 times you're playing with yourself again.
That's right, Josh.
So this Taylor Swift song, all right, Taylor Swift did the thing that every crappy artist does, where they write a song about how it doesn't matter how many people hate their songs, right? That's what this is.
Pretty much almost the first lines of the song. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say.
But it's true. That's literally not just what people say. That's the facts. That's
the facts that she's presented to us. As we all know, her songs are about her ex-boyfriends, and now she doesn't like it anymore.
But literally, like, she has said, like, oh, I dated so-and-so, I did so-and-so, like, they're not dating anymore. So it's not hyperbole. We're not making it up. We're saying, well, you dated that guy, then you dated that guy, then you dated that guy, and none of them stuck around.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. It's what people say, Toby. It's what people say.
I mean, I guess.
Did you have an interpretation for that line?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, now that we've said about you saying, like, she wants oral sex or something.
You just wanted me to say that. That's all it was.
Maybe, you know,
fine.
Maybe getting down to the beat does mean that they're fucking to her song.
I'm gonna try that next time. I'm gonna be like, hey, baby, you want to get down to the beat? And when I have to explain it to her, I'm gonna say, well, you should go listen to episode 20 of Geek Pop because we covered this territory. Getting down to the beat means oral sex, and you should have known.
And you should have. But that's the only questionable line, really, in this Taylor Swift song. Because the rest is just, the player's going to play. Hater's going to hate. And I can figure that out myself, Josh.
Player's going to play. Like, is she saying every guy she's dated is a player? Because I think she's the player here.
She's just saying that shit's going to happen. and you just gotta shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off.
What's her new song?
Shake it off, shake it off.
I watched the video for her new song where, like, she's like hanging
White
out.
hole, white gravity.
Yeah, it involves a hole.
Deep hole,
hole.
Black hole.
Black hole. No, I think it's a white guy. I don't know.
White hole.
I don't know what kind of hoe or hole.
White anti-hole.
But she's like hanging out in a mansion with some dude, and then they fight. So then she like rips all his clothes and stuff.
She grinds him on the ground, like breaks his car.
Yeah, she does do that. And then she dumb Taylor Swift.
Josh, the other one.
Yeah.
Jessie J. Do you know who she is?
Not at all.
She had a hit song, Domino.
Sing it for me a little bit, just like a few
I'm
lines.
feeling sexy and free.
Not familiar.
Okay.
No.
Josh, ooh, we can do this all night.
Ooh,
Damn, this love is skin tight, baby. Come on.
that's a good line. I like that.
I know, but we're gonna get to that line.
Okay.
Now. We're jumping the gun.
I'm sorry.
We're doing almost this whole song, Josh.
Bring it.
Josh, she's feeling sexy and free, like glitter's raining on me.
Okay.
Does glitter raining on you make you feel sexy and or free?
Yeah, because it probably means I'm at some sort of like discotheque.
Okay.
And nothing says sexy and free like dancing at a discotheque.
I would think like sexy and free would be just. I mean, I would take that as being naked, but I don't know what glitter raining down on me has to do with any of it.
Maybe like you're a stripper, because strippers get glitter rained down on them. And if there's one thing that would make you feel sexy, it's dancing on a pole.
Exactly. Josh, you're like a shot of pure gold. I think I'm about to explode.
A shot of pure gold. I don't. Is gold the name of some sort of liqueur?
Not that I would know of.
Okay.
Because I can usually bring the alcoholic knowledge, and not that I can.
Maybe if you took a shot of liquid gold, you would explode because you ingested liquid metal.
Maybe.
And it would be very hot.
So she thinks that the sexiness is just so out of control. She's going to just explode with golden Atlas insides.
Yes.
Okay.
You've nailed it. Well done.
Good. Josh, continuing on. Damn, this love is skin tight.
Fits like a glove.
That just sounds creepy as fuck.
That's just about sex. That's all there is to it.
Most of the song is. Josh, she wants you to boom her like a bass drum.
I like that one. That's pretty good.
Now, with bass drums, you're either using a pedal, which slams a mallet into it, or you hold the mallet and slam it into it. That doesn't sound like fun to me.
Or you beat a bass drum. Does she want that? Do you think she wants that, Toby? Does she?
I think this is not the proper time to make women beating jokes. We're going to have to roll past that one, buddy.
She wants a good beating. I would like to double down.
Like a bass drum.
I would like to double down on the women beating jokes. Toby's abstaining. Josh is doubling down. Go on.
Josh, she wants you to take her down like she's a domino.
Say it again.
Take me down like I'm a domino.
Take me down like I'm a domino. So again, I feel like physical violence is what she's looking for.
Or getting blown. It's probably all about getting plowed, but dominoes, you just either you flick over or you stack a bunch of them in a row and just push them into each other.
But then it's like one laying on top of the other.
Does she want to be in like a line of like 30 women all just getting pushed into each other?
She does.
Or do we go male, female, and just make tons of sandwiches in a line?
I think she wants like a human centipede type situation.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah. That's the best movie ever. After that, it's all just repetition.
Oh, great. I like any good pop song.
Yeah. So I think tonight we learned a lot, Josh. We decided that both Shake It Off and Domino are about getting fucked or oral sex.
I think every pop song is about getting fucked. It's just the way you're getting fucked. That's the important part.
Well, hopefully we'll find out more and more as this segment hopefully goes on.
I can't wait. I would like to request at some point Nicki Minaj's Anaconda. Because I feel like we could really...
I feel like, episode 21, we're calling it now, Anaconda, overanalyzed.
We need to know. Overanalyzed, bringing it back. We're going to tell you everything that you need to know about Anaconda. Really get to the bottom of it. We're gonna peel it back. We're going to do a really, in-depth criticism of Anaconda.
We're going to get up in them guts of Anaconda.
Yeah, we get up in them guts, Anaconda. And just why she's dancing on Drake. We're going to find that out, too. Or Drizzy, as he likes to be called nowadays. He changed his Twitter name. Because
they're in the same rap group. They're part Young Money, Cash Money.
Hose?
Something.
I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like that'd be a good end to that name. Young Money, Cash Money, Hose.
I'm looking it up.
Making that paper. You know what I'm saying?
I think the last word is billionaires.
Oh, are they billionaires? Is Drake a billionaire? I don't think he is.
They're Young Money Entertainment. an imprint of Cash Money Records. So it's Young Money, Cash Money.
You know what's really funny about music? Side note. It's really funny that, like, punk rock is all built on this DIY thing of, oh, you can't sell out, and if you look like you're making any money whatsoever, we all hate you. And rap is the complete opposite. Like, if you look like you're not making money, you have no credibility.
Oh, of course.
This is interesting. I guess punk music comes from, like, suburban white kids who already had money, so it was fine.
Yeah. Josh, they had garages to play music in.
Yeah, those privileged fucks.
Josh, incoming, end of the show.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm strapped in.
So if you want to interact with the end of the show, maybe request a song for Lyrics Overanalyzed or ask us some questions about life or whatever you want to do, you can hit us up at cast@geek-pop.com. Or if you go to geek-pop.com, that's like our Tumblr bullshit Josh set up. And you can ask questions on there too. What?
It's our website.
Yes, it's our website.
And I said website like a gangster.
Tumblr infused.
Precisely.
Josh, Dylan emailed in and wants to know, why did we shut down caniseeJosh'sface.com?
Oh, I forgot that was ever a website.
So the reason it's shut down is because I don't feel like paying for it anymore, to be honest.
So someone else can snatch that up.
Dylan, if you want to own that now, you can buy it. It's like $8 a year to own a domain. If you're going to buy a domain, though, hit me up, though, because I have referral codes for Hover I want you to use.
Oh, God. So do I. Talk to me first.
Fuck, Josh.
It's about me. I don't even know what referral codes will ever get me, but I want them over Toby.
But caniseeJosh'sface.com was a website because when Josh and I used to do YouTube all the time, and pretty much Skype or anything, Josh likes to wear an El Generico mask or a Blue Devil mask or some bullshit like that.
It's a Blue Demon mask, yeah.
Yeah. So Josh's thing was wearing a mask so no one could see Josh's face. And I got tired of people asking if they could see Josh's face or not. So I bought caniseeJosh'sface.com and just put no,
just put the word no
on the website. Ernesto emailed in and says, hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
Since DC and Marvel announced pretty much all their movies for the next 5 years, more or less, he was wondering what we think about that. Are we excited for the movies, or we think there's going to be an overflow of too much comic type movies coming up?
First of all, I think it's like a real bummer that like we know what's coming. Like, I wanted a little bit of surprise, and now like Marvel's movie lineup is planned out to like 2040. It feels like.
Well, we'll all be dead by then.
We will, yeah. At that point,
I won't be alive to see Avengers 5, and that's probably geared up for like 2021. Just it's not on that schedule yet.
Yeah, like I'm ready for like a 70-year-old Captain America just running out in Avengers. I don't know. It all sounded cool. I'm having trouble like remembering all of them, but I think it all sounded okay.
I guess it goes with like our conversation like last week there, like with the nerd culture thing, where it's more of a thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can schedule out like fucking like 40, 50 movies that all involve comic books in some way, obviously there's some sort of desire to see them, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're a huge business. They're the biggest movies. At what point do we just rebel against all of this and start liking other stuff?
By 2017, 2018, when fucking Avengers 7 came out, and we just had enough of it.
Like, it already seems a little bit passé at this point to like, well, another superhero movie. All right. Guess it's going to be huge.
Yeah. I mean, I already feel burnt out. After too many Batman movies, I thought like the third Dark Knight trilogy movie kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was not.
That was pretty much my end game. I haven't seen any of the Marvel ones in the past couple of years.
I still get excited about every one of them. Like, it'll come out, I'll go see it, I'll get really jazzed up about it. But like, I continue to get less excited ahead of time each time. If that makes sense. Yeah.
And that's how I kind of feel about Assassin's Creed.
Oh my
I still
gosh.
love every game, but at this point, I'm waiting for it, and especially with the shit show that's been AC Unity. I'm not super looking forward to it, but it's a thing now.
So Unity is the next gen one, right?
Yes,
and then
I got it for PC, but I'm getting it for quote unquote Christmas.
Okay, great. So
hopefully, in theory, I have like a month and a half of patches I can wait for. So I'm gonna hope by then it's straightened out a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, they were talking about on the latest Bombcast, and like that series went so like that is a perfect example of taking things where they should have gone in a natural story progression and ending it to like annualizing out and stretching things out year for year just to make a franchise out of something and ruining it. And that's what I'm afraid the Marvel movies might be doing. With like this huge drawn out plan, it doesn't feel organic anymore. It doesn't feel like we're actually telling a story anymore. It feels like we're building up this weird, crazy franchise that's a business for the sake of being a business.
And they get to cheat, too. Because they don't actually have to write stories for these people. They just write, hey, let's do this arc. And then it's a movie. Like, it's all pretty much pre-written, at least the main points.
Well, based, yeah.
It's just filling in the dumb it's just filling the dumb commentary between now.
That's very true. Well, even probably for some of them, they might not even have, we want to do this arc. It's just like, I don't know, Ant-Man. Like, it's just like they're just saying character names at some point.
Yeah, that's when it seems excessive to me.
Yeah.
Like, when the Avengers kept coming out, okay, I can let that go. You know, Thor and all that kind of bullshit, the big heroes, that's all acceptable to me. Like, Batman versus Superman for DC, that's all right. If Superman doesn't die, it's bullshit, but I know he won't because it can't kill off a hero.
Why do you think Superman would... What in the world would make you think Superman would die?
I said I want him to, because Batman can beat him.
Yeah, but he's obviously not going to.
But he should. Okay, so my favorite genre of movies is horror movies. Okay. Like, without a doubt, I love horror movies. They did Freddy vs. Jason probably like 10 years ago at this point.
Uh-huh.
But they hit the problem that Batman vs. Superman is going to have, maybe a little bit differently. But, like, you can't have one of them win.
Well, even bigger than that, whenever they put verses in the title of anything comic book related, all it means is they're going to team up. They're not actually versus each other. They might argue once.
But Freddy vs. Jason was actually Freddy vs. Jason.
Exactly. You're coming at it from a horror angle and not realizing it's a comic book. Like,
but
they're not going to fight.
But versus anything means it's a fight.
Yeah, but
and
like...
I don't want to fight like Toby versus Josh like the way we fucking fight in Hall sometimes. I want them to actually fight. I want Batman to fucking get out the fucking kryptonite boxing gloves and just beat the shit out of Superman and kill him.
Well, you might want that, but it's going to be a fight like we have, where we have a disagreement, feelings get hurt, and then we make up and we're best friends. And
5 minutes later, movie time. 20 minutes later, in real life time.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're fighting the real criminal, which is
iTunes.
Yes, exactly.
Ernesto also want to know if there's books we like to read. Like, is there specific genres of book we like or specific book recommendations?
I like books sometimes. Harry Potter's good. I don't read books a ton. I try to. I've been reading like some hacking books lately. It's pretty good. I'm reading Kingpin right now. It's highly recommended.
That's a good movie about bowling. You should study from that.
Kingpin is a good movie about bowling. That's accurate. It's not about that though. Not about that.
That's
whatsoever.
stupid.
No.
I don't have. There's not a specific genre I really like, or maybe it is. I don't know. I really like H.P. Lovecraft books.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess that puts it horror stories or horror short stories is really cool. And since I was an angsty teenager, I've read a lot of Charles Bukowski books.
Oh yeah.
And I would recommend him for anyone that listens to punk or hardcore music, because a lot of them steal band names or song names from his stories. And he's also like a fucked up alcoholic womanizer, and he tells awesome stories. So if you ever feel like your life sucks and you want to be like it's not that bad, read one of his books where they're like, I have $2 for food today, I'm going to waste at the racetrack.
Yeah. That sounds really depressing.
It's awesome. It is awesome. Charles Bukowski, everybody. Read it. Josh Grayson from Tumblr. Or I guess our website, which is Tumblr. I don't know the fucking difference. I'm not very... I mean, it's like Vine. It's like Vine to me.
It's the same
I'll
thing.
say from the website.
It's the same thing. I'm just trying to keep you on message.
Okay. He knows that we're done with the Power Rangers stuff, but he wants us to do more YouTube stuff, like Geek versus Geek videos, where I beat Josh in video games easily, single-handedly, not even a thing.
Not you beat me easily in Jeopardy, which we've discussed. You were like some idiot
and
savant.
Nidhogg. And
you didn't beat me handily though at Nidhogg. I feel like I won at Nidhogg too.
No,
I
Josh,
won at something.
No, you didn't. You don't win anything.
Something you lost count on.
You know what? You won Dive Kick.
Yeah.
And then the next time we played it, I had to fucking come back to the Century.
You did. Yeah, you did. That's right.
But you only beat me in Dive Kick, for those that were here around long enough to remember. Because I made up the bullshit rule of next match is a championship match, even though I was up on Josh and wins the first time.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You said the next one's championship.
I know, and that was a rookie mistake. We should have played it out.
I brought it when it was necessary.
I brought it when it was necessary. I should never cut the season short. That's why you always play all the games. That's why you don't stop halfway through and say, no, we'll stop now.
No, yeah.
We should have run at the season.
Toby wanted to just run the clock out, and I picked up the ball and ran it in the end zone. Football references. Are we ever doing that again, Toby?
I guess we have to find games we both have, which really starts the first issue.
That's true. I mean, yeah, we like doing that stuff. It's fun. I think we should do it again.
Okay. Well, maybe at some point Josh and I'll find a game we can do co-op in or something, or fight with each other, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Usually, that's how it usually starts, is some sort of, like, real-life fight, where it's like, you're not better at me than this game, and then we just record it.
But see, to be fair, I know I'm better than Josh in every game, so...
we should play Guitar Hero against each other sometime.
I play actual guitar, though.
Yeah, but those skills do not transfer, jerk.
They do good enough. They'll transfer speaking sometimes.
No, they don't.
Josh, I can beat Through the Fire and Flames an expert. I mean, you can't. I just win. I just win.
All right, you might be better at me than Guitar Hero. I can play everything else on expert, but I don't know about that.
I'd have to buy Guitar Hero again, and then I have to hook up like a PVR. But that might be doable. That actually might be doable.
There are a lot of steps. There's a Guitar Hero for PC, I think.
Rocksmith?
No, I think they actually put a real Guitar Hero out for PC, maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's not that.
Okay. So if you want to have us argue over your questions, it's cast@geek-pop.com, or you can go to the website, geek-pop.com, and ask a question on there. And Josh, you can also find us on iTunes and Stitcher.
You bet your ass you can.
And those are important places, because that's how Josh and I get more popular and can share our special brand of love with the world.
our hugging you too tight love.
Yeah. So if you go on places like iTunes, you can write us reviews like Brendan did, who said, I've been listening to Toby and Josh since their YouTube days, and the podcast continues the great chemistry these two have together. Nothing is off limits for discussion on this podcast, and it makes for some hilarious results.
Toby, you and I have great chemistry.
We do.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Not good because it's you, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel icky inside after someone said that to me.
You feel like inside you drink your fucking Frappuccino.
Yeah.
Your little...
I feel like I've really wasted the last 2 years of my life with you.
I think we're up to about 3 or 4 now, to be honest.
Oh, damn it.
Between 2 years of YouTube, a year of podcast before, a half year of podcast after.
Shit.
If anyone hears slurping in the background, that's not me and Josh. That's actually my dog. So I'm pretty sure it's coming through. I can hear it through headphones, so I'm pretty sure it's on the mic. But yeah, so if you'd like to subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher, leave us reviews and rate us so we can move up in the rankings. We'll read your reviews on the show. And Josh, where can you find you during the week?
You can find me on Twitter. It's at GI_Josh.
And you can find me on Twitter at GirlsHeartGeeks. And, ask us questions there, too, if you want to. We'll probably answer them on the podcast instead of, replying back on Twitter. But, cast@geek-pop.com is the best way to get hold of us, interact with us in the show. Once again, I'm Toby.
And I'm Josh.
Late.
Later.
Late.
Later.
Late.
Later.
Late.
Later.
Late.
Later.
Late.
Later.
Late.
Later.